Previously on LA Shrinks.
A lot of people think therapists live these perfect lives without any problems.
I had this surgery with my breast. I am still really insecure.
Have you ever entertained in your mind to have an affair?
We're human beings.
Maybe it would be nice to have another kid.
You.
If you get some vagina, then you might turn straight. We haven't even tried that out before.
I think that's bull.
Yeah, that is bull, what you just said.
Everybody's up in their own personal way.
Why do you want Dad at the wedding? He's an asshole.
I really detest fat people. Hey, Dr. V, how are you today?
How you doing?
You look nice today. That brown really brings out your eyes.
Thank you so much. I always like when you pump up your heterosexuality to me. I appreciate that. Jacob is questioning his own sexuality simply because his genetic twin was homosexual, and that scares him. So how did you feel about the last session?
What I want to start out with is that he knows I do not like the word f***. And like he's in his room playing video games and he's talking to other people online playing that Modern Warfare game, but he's constantly calling them and he knows I hate that word, but he still keeps saying it like all the time. And those are the kind of things that make me mad. I'm just like, why the hell does he keep saying that?
I think that perhaps Jacob unconsciously is very angry at Jude and uses terminology that he knows is going to hurt his brother. It's a feeling. I hate you. Bam! You know? Why do you feel the need to say...
Oh my God.
Okay, I want you to call him, Jacob,
I can't do that.
turn around. Do it. Let him see how that feels.
I can't do that. I will not
I'll
do
do
that.
it for you. You're such a... You're such a... How does that feel now?
I'm not saying it like a gay term, because obviously I don't know if the person's gay, whoever I'm talking to over line or something like that. It's just something to try to hurt them as much as possible.
By the time we're 5, peer group has more influence over your child than you do. So, while we see the love between Jacob and Jude, think about the society we live in that perpetuates stereotypes, that perpetuates bigotry and hate. If someone called you a n***, how would that feel? Yo, n***.
How you doing, honey? I'm not feeling that well. I'm a little irritable. And why? Pray tell. I think I have a little virus. Really? That's too bad.
I am never a therapist with Kevin. I'm his partner. It's very important that in my own life, I'm a human being, and I live my life as a human being.
My horoscope today is face-to-face is the best way to handle anything you have to share that's less than complimentary.
Face-to-face.
Uh-huh. There you go.
What do you have left to share that's less than complimentary?
I don't know.
Well, you save it all for later.
I will.
Usually just before bed.
There you go.
One thing about being a therapist that you have to learn in order to do this profession is you have to learn to manage your own emotions. All right, here we go. Working out has allowed me to remain sane psychologically. Thrusters, squat, press, good. I went through a period where I wasn't working out, I gained a bunch of weight, and my life had just gone to hell. That's it, use those legs, use those legs. Kevin's reaction to my weight gain was not good. One of the most painful moments is when I could overhear him talking to his best friend about how turned off he was with my body. And that hurt. 3, good, keep going. And so I turned everything around, lost the weight, and committed myself to healthy living. 1 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, that's it. Good, relax. Excellent. The best moment in a workout is when it's over.
That's when it's over.
Yo, Nick. How does that feel?
Yeah,
It'd be hurtful.
of course it would.
Very, very hurtful.
Yeah, that, of course.
So when you use the word that hurts Jude. I used the N-word, and I used the N-word on purpose. I wanted him to understand what hate speech really is. Hate speech is attacking someone for something they cannot change. You can't change being black, and you can't change being gay. And people will tell you, oh, it's just a word. No, it isn't. It is a feeling wrapped up in letters. Can you tell Jacob what happens to you when he uses the word
Jacob, when you use the word it makes me feel angry and sad.
And how does that make you feel to hear that from your brother?
It makes me feel bad, obviously, because he's my brother and I wouldn't want to
Tell
hurt him.
Jude that.
Jude, it makes me feel hurtful towards you. And if you would ever get that deep on me, I would really try not to say it if it really hurts you that
But I
bad.
told you I don't like that word, and you still use
Okay,
it.
he's making the commitment now. Take it in.
Yeah, exactly. Take
He's
it in.
making that commitment
Okay.
now. I wonder if you, Jacob, know what Jude's world is about. I guess what I'm getting at is, what would it be like to experience Jude's world a little bit closer? Maybe go to a gay bar with Jude.
God.
What happened? What would be so wrong with that?
You're making me sweat. I'm sweating over here.
What about that causes you to sweat?
I don't know. It's like I don't know what to expect. I never really put myself in that position. So, I mean, what if I like it?
And what if you do like it? Has it ever crossed your mind that you might be gay too?
Of course, it's crossed my mind.
Can you tell me about that?
I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Like I said, I'd be confused. I'll stay in the closet.
So when you think about yourself coming out, you have your own fears because you've seen Jude do it.
Yes, exactly.
There's still so much vitriol that goes around to the homosexual population. So Jacob knows how hard it would be to be gay, and yet he doesn't feel that inside of him. He doesn't empathize with his brother. Empathy is how we encourage understanding. Would you go to a gay bar?
I mean, it'll be tough, like going, you know, I don't know, I feel weird about it, but, I mean, I'll do it.
Great! I'm gonna come with you guys.
Oh, heck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
How are you feeling? I'm nervous. You are? Yeah. I mean, it's really kind of nerve-wracking that this is all happening right now. I originally got implants when I was 25 years old because my boyfriend at the time said I would look perfect. And then I got a really bad infection in my left breast, and that's left me deformed. I had a surgery where a surgeon messed up, and I woke up in the middle of surgery, and he had a liposuction machine in my breast and took breast tissue out. Thank you.
Miss Ayres, here's the gown. Please change, and the doctor will be with you shortly.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
How do you feel? Okay, I guess I have to take this dress off now. This is not fun. I feel like it was 4 years ago. Can you help me? Colette got her implants right after I got mine, so she really understands what the whole situation is all about.
You don't have to do anything. It's not like you're getting surgery like this very second.
I know. I just want to hear what he has to say. I know. I really want to have a child, but Clayton and I need to get our sex life on track. I don't want to miss the boat because of my body image, so I really need to figure it out. There you go.
Coming up.
I said to her, I'm not into fat girls.
Do you think I'm going to even be able to breastfeed?
How you feeling right now?
A little bit tired.
Tired.
I've been partying all weekend, but I'm good.
Did you have time to do the homework?
You're gonna kill me because I didn't.
Christopher's here to address his issues and prejudices with people who are overweight.
The homework was you were to go to a fast food restaurant and find the fattest person in the place and write down your thoughts. So it didn't seem like the hardest homework to me.
No, it wasn't, but the weekend was crazy.
Well, what did you do this weekend?
I partied in Vegas.
And you couldn't find any large people in Vegas?
Well, as usual, a fat girl came over to me.
Then what happened?
She was like, "Hey, baby, how you doing?" And right away, my friends are laughing because they know what's going to happen.
Then what happened?
I turned my back to her. I said to her, "I'm not into fat girls."
Wow. And what was her response?
She walked away.
That was really difficult for me to hear, because when I hear about another person being hurt, I identify with that other person, because I've had that same experience.
What were your thoughts in that moment?
I don't know, relief.
Relief that she was leaving, I guess.
It was really hard for me to like him and to really get in there and understand them. And I think the biggest task for a therapist is to be able to get in the client's shoes and understand what it's like to walk in those shoes. And I couldn't even get those shoes over my feet.
So someone who's large or as you say, fat, that will cause you to keep them out of your life.
Right.
So we're going to always have a fat prejudice.
The phobia of the fat prejudice. Is
Well, how does it feel? That is a prejudice, isn't it?
It
I mean, we
is.
could call it a phobia, but you don't really fear people who are fat, do you?
Sometimes.
Have you ever been hurt by someone?
I've gotten in fights.
Have you ever gotten in a fight with a fat person?
Actually, there was this one fat kid I remember growing up that used to beat the hell out of me.
How old were you?
6, 7 years old.
How old was he? Same grade or
About 4 years older.
4 years older? When you're that age is quite a bit of difference. How long did that go on for?
For over a year, to think about it. And he would wait for me.
And then do what?
Hit me, choke me. And I was really thin, too. I was really skinny and frail. And he used to take my money and all that stuff, too.
He took your money, too?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm actually picturing his face right now. Like a big head. He had a big head. A fat dude.
When you picture his face, how do you feel?
Anger. Because if I see him right now, I would kick the hell out of him. That anger I had is really similar to the one that I feel when I see these fat people.
So when you see a fat person, you have that same feeling that you had when you were a kid and you were humiliated by this bully. And now that you're an adult, you can go the other direction and you can have power over those people. Not over this one kid, but over other people who are fat.
It started to become evident why he saw people who are overweight as a threat. It also helped me to empathize with him.
You know, I was bullied as a kid as well.
Oh, you were?
Yeah. I'm like you. I just kind of put it out of my mind that it happened.
My dad was always overweight, and I associated his overweight body with the aggression that he would take out on me.
When you were young, every day you felt humiliated by this big kid that would attack you.
Right.
Do you know that the feeling of humiliation actually leads to anger?
Okay.
Does that seem right to you?
Yes, it does.
Because often when we're stepped on by somebody, one way we have power again is to get angry and we come back up.
Right. And again, moving to fat people now again, that's why I think if I push them down, they'll eventually explode and take care of themselves.
But do you think it's a good strategy to bully people the way you were bullied? Do you see
I don't
that?
think I'm bullying people, though.
What about the girl in Vegas?
How do you feel? This is not fun. You don't have to do anything. It's not like you're getting surgery like this very second. I know. I just want to hear what he has to say. A part of me judges myself because I'm putting my body through this again. And then another part of me says, well, if it's going to make you feel better, then definitely go through it.
Hi, good to see you. How are
Good to
you?
see you. This is my sister, Nyla.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
The future's in your hands, whether she's going to have a baby first or breast implants.
Yeah. Well, let me examine you, and then I think that I can give you a better idea of the changes and what our options are. So tell me, if you could like make your ideal breast, what are the things that bother you the most?
Well, just them being, different sizes, that this one is like all the breast tissue, hasn't restored.
So it's more symmetry rather than having large breasts.
Yeah. Can I put my robe back?
Oh yeah, you can put your robe back on now. Well, I think based on your history, dealing with breast implants, you're opening up another Pandora's box of unpredictability. Mm-hmm. Implants get infected because you're taking a big foreign body that's not you, and you're asking your body to accept it. When you get pregnant and you have breast implants, there's a lot of hormonal changes, and it's going to really throw things off for you. So I would suggest you waiting till after you get pregnant.
Yeah. And what about breastfeeding? Do you think I'm going to even be able to breastfeed?
Well, that's really the big question. You never know. You just don't know until you try.
I want to be able to have a child and be able to breastfeed and to experience that motherly instinct that I have. I want to be able to share that with my child. And the fact that I might not be able to experience that breaks my heart.
Just let us know what you want to do.
Coming up. This is all bullshit. I'm done. Here is a mirror.
For my vagina.
I want you to look at her.
Hey, Dad. What are you doing?
I was just reading the paper.
God, Dad. Dad.
Come on,
no.
babe.
Does this really turn you on?
Mothers, I'd like to
Oh my God, Dad. I'm a mother.
and I'm sure plenty of guys look at you like that.
Dad. You're kind of a pervert. I never really knew that about you.
Sorry, Dean, but I'm your dad no matter what. The way it is.
I talk to my father about anything and everything. And I'm simultaneously mortified and pleasantly surprised as to how much we're alike. So, Dad, here's the thing. I have these implants. I don't want them there anymore.
So you want to have a reduction?
I want to get my implants out. I got my implants when I was 18 years old. And I wanted to be like all the women that I see in the magazines. Why did I want to look like the girls and the women in the magazines? Because I felt less than.
Come on, Bean, leave them alone. Then they're going to start cutting and all that other stuff, and then you'll be complaining I don't have any tits. That, leave them the way they are. They look perfect.
They might look okay, but they don't feel okay. I think society's very harsh on women. I was told some lies that I believed about myself. I should be more. I wasn't pretty enough or attractive enough, or I wasn't enough of a woman.
Well, who cares how they feel as long as they look good?
But that feeling that I have had for a long time of feeling less than, I've done tremendous things with that feeling. Your warm and fuzzy feelings won't get you the farthest. Your darkest probably will. I don't think I understood the magnitude when I was younger. I should have thought about that choice and how my body would grow.
Take your father's advice. Leave him alone.
No, I want him out.
Oh, I gotta go to the bathroom, so this conversation's over about your tits. See you, honey. I'll see you later in the day.
Thanks, Dad. Mwah. You're the best, Dad.
Thank you.
Do you think it's a good strategy to bully people the way you were bullied? Do you see
I don't
that?
think I'm bullying people.
What about the girl in Vegas?
I just simply turned my back to her and then said, like, I'm not interested. But I didn't like shove her or nothing.
Well, words are weapons too. We'll probably stick with her the rest of her life, just as it stuck with you since you were 6 years old. So there are all kinds of consequences from bullying that are emotional that stick with us the rest of our lives.
I'm thinking what this girl was thinking to herself or what she thought the next day when I did that. I don't know. I don't know.
That sadness is showing your humanity, Christopher.
I was excited because here I knew was my opening.
A lot of bullies were bullied, and that's why they become bullies.
Okay, so a lot of bullies were bullied at one point.
Oh, hell yeah. Bullies often have very bad emotional problems. And so they're often trying to, explore their power by taking it out on other people.
I don't know, it still lingers with me, though, that I'm still doing some kind of justice. I don't know.
You don't see that you're bullying people.
Maybe I am, but I don't see that, though.
You have a theory that if you tell fat people certain things, they'll decide to stop eating as much and get their act together.
Right.
I have a theory that maybe saying things to people who are large actually could cause them to feel more humiliation, hurt, and shame, and might actually cause them to eat more. So I think what I'd like to do is to have you meet with some larger people.
Okay.
In relationships in general, we sort of have this struggle going on between power and closeness. And so when you're trying to have power over other people, it takes away the closeness you can have with that somebody. So we want to help you to feel more powerful as a person so that you can get closer to other people.
To fat people?
Well, maybe all people.
That sounds good.
So you originally came with size issues. Big
Right.
penis, small vagina.
Yep. Before, I was scared of the penis. But now, I like to look at the penis. I'm actually now looking forward to sex. Where before I was dreading sex. I know it sounds really bizarre, but I don't know if he's shrunk in size, which is why it's more comfortable, which I don't think so.
Michael's penis did not get any smaller. And yet, you're saying that you're enjoying sex more. It was never about the size of his penis. It was about her contentment, about her ease, about her relaxation. And really, we ultimately said to Georgie, here, you take the keys, you drive. So we found out that you enjoy being in charge. You like
I
that.
do. I like being naughty. I like being the naughty dominatrix.
Oh, we know.
Right.
We know.
Okay.
She's been a lot more at ease. And when she's more comfortable, she's less tense, and then it's more pleasurable for her. And then, she's been able to have a few orgasms here and there, whereas before she wasn't able to have any.
You're owning your authentic self. And your authentic self is a woman who knows what she wants, knows how she wants it, knows how to direct someone to get your needs met.
Right.
When we empower women to feel more in charge and more in control, everyone is happier. Michael is happier. Georgie is happier. I have a little grab bag for you. Here is coochie cream.
Oh my gosh,
Okay.
you have to be kidding me.
No, I'm not kidding. You've talked about how your vajayjay is a little sensitive, and that some of the reasons of why you keep it a big, hairy, scary monster is because she's sensitive.
Okay.
This will help you in terms of feeling less sensitive for clipping her, trimming her, giving her a little haircut, whatever that
Her,
means.
you meant her.
Vajayjay, her.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you call it him? I'm sorry.
I don't call it anything.
Okay, well, give her a name. It's not it. She's alive. She's a part of you. Acknowledge her and accept her. Here's your coochie cream.
Cute
Okay.
cream. That's crazy. That's awesome.
Georgie, here is a mirror.
For my vagina.
I want you to look at your
Are you
vajayjay.
serious? Really?
Try.
Doctor's orders,
She's
babe.
really beautiful. You said that he was judging your vagina. No, he's
No,
not.
I'm judging my vagina.
You are.
I know that.
But you said he was.
I like
He
it.
does it too.
No,
I like it.
I know I judge it more than he does.
Here's
No,
a
I don't
mirror.
judge it. No, I like it.
I want you to look at her. She's really beautiful. Someone told you a lie about your own vagina and you believed it. Here's your compact mirror. Give her a look.
That's awesome.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Too much noise. When there's too much noise in the relationship, in our own minds, we need someone to help us find the melody. And if the melody makes sense, then go off and make music together. So in a way, I'm a little bit like a conductor. This is just the beginning of your journey.
I think we do have ways to go, but it's been a big help,
Yeah.
definitely.
And we're at least on the road. Because honestly, I never thought I would enjoy sex.
And just that whole
Such
the whole
a
point that you're
side
making about her being disenchanted with herself. I mean, I think this is a good gateway.
Such a great gateway. In order for Michael to worship your Vajiji, you need to too. Look at her, talk to her, touch her. Get to know exactly the spot, the right or left, where you want your clitoris touched.
Sounds good. We'll give it a shot. So we got some homework.
Great.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dr. V.
Coming up.
Neil, go and get your wife.
Goodbye. The end.
So, we're getting married. Yeah. I want to include Elizabeth Taylor in the mix. She can be a bridesmaid. Yeah. When we look at marriage, as a lot of gay couples do, we look at marriage as an institution for other people, not for us. So that's why our marriage has to be really just for us. Go have a Vegas wedding with an Elvis. I would love that.
Well, then you'll have to get married by yourself if Elvis is involved.
Do they have any gay Elvises?
The last time I saw you and Kimberly, you guys had a great moment in the last session we had together.
I just want to be appreciated. That's just all I've ever wanted in my life.
Did you not get it when you were a little girl?
My mom was quite young when she had me, and I didn't have a dad around.
You weren't seen, you weren't heard. And now the same thing is happening in your relationship, and your emotional needs aren't being met.
I guess that's the reason why I'm being controlling.
I think I understand you a little bit more.
We discovered in the last sessions that control is one of the problems, and she really needs to back off more to see if you would come to her more.
Do you feel like I did that, or?
Not completely.
And what do you mean when you say not completely?
Well, I mean, not completely. I mean, it's not like...
Like, what did I do that I haven't backed off of you? I haven't,
I mean, it's...
like, demand you, anything. I haven't asked anything of you.
Kimberly, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much more emotional attention has he given you?
I don't feel like you have. I really
Do you think I've done it at all?
Kimberly came to the session completely frustrated. She felt as if Neil wasn't doing the work.
Sometimes I'll try and come up and try to hug her, she's like, or touch her.
Keep talking to her.
Touch you, and then sometimes she just blows me off because, there's kids. The kids are here.
Are you really?
Yeah.
No. When? I'm just trying to. Okay, this week.
I don't write it down.
Let's say.
Do I write this stuff down? Do you want me to?
Right now, I want you to.
You want me to write it
Because
down?
I want you to be able. If I ever come
That
to
sounds
you.
absolutely
No, but listen.
ridiculous.
No,
I'm not gonna
it's-
write anything down. I think
Okay.
I was joking. It's not. That's not.
Well, I'm not joking.
Doesn't it sound a little ridiculous to you?
It's
a little
not
far
ridiculous.
fetched.
We're trying to fix our marriage and make it better.
But
I'm getting the sense that you're not taking her seriously right now.
Because want me to write something down? Like today I touched her today, or today I pecked her and gave her a kiss on the cheek.
If you don't write it down, can you tell me when you did it?
No, because it just happens. I don't sit there and dwell on it as
Neil,
being.
Okay, so
you
let
are
me-
not hearing what she's saying.
I'm hearing what she's saying,
No,
but I think
can I
it's
speak here,
ridiculous.
please? I need for you to connect with her and just reflect back to her what you just heard her say.
You tell me that you want me to write down every single time I touch you or give you a kiss when I'm not necessarily supposed to be normally doing
Beyond
it.
writing it down, what is she telling you?
Well, she's telling me that she wants me to kiss her and to hug her and to everything else, do that more, right?
Lack of communication or difficulty communicating is the #1 issue with couples. It's about really feeling heard and seen.
If he cannot, push himself to make an effort to make our relationship better, and I need to go, meaning walk away from my marriage. Do you get it?
Are you really at that point? Or is this... Because I don't believe in threats unless you intend to
Oh, is
carry
that
them
what a
out.
threat? That's a threat. That's what needs to be put down because I've been waiting.
You're overreacting.
We've been talking about this for a month.
But you're
Seriously.
harping about it.
Don't waste my
You're
time. I will
harping
get up
about
and
it.
get out of here and
You're
say,
harping.
I swear to God, Neil, I will
How did you leave?
This is all bullshit. I can't even do this.
Kimberly.
It's over.
Kimberly.
I'm done. I'm serious. I'm done.
Kimberly.
This is bullshit.
You're gonna regret leaving.
I am?
Yeah. Kimberly's done. She is at her wit's end. She needs Neil to wake up and smell the coffee that's brewing in the kitchen every morning for him when he wakes up. You are upset, and what I'd rather you communicate is you're not hearing me and you're mocking what's important to me.
I can't do it. I'm done.
She is saying, wake up, I need you, and he's completely ignoring her. This is exactly what's going on in their relationship. Neil, go and get your wife right now.
Hold up a little bit here. Hold on.
Do you want to lose
No,
me?
I'm not going to lose
so
you.
do
We're
whatever you
gonna
do.
go out.
Do whatever it takes not to lose me. Hug me. That's all I'm asking for. Look in my eyes and say, honey, I love you.
I love you.
You should do that every day. Just make an effort. If you want to, maybe you don't want to. You can just let me know. Okay? I'm done.
I know you want her, and I know you want it to work, but I'm not feeling your deep desire to make this work, and that's why she's leaving right now. So I need for you to step up your game. I need you to step up your game to your wife because she's telling you right now. She's showing you.
I don't know what else to do other than to tell you that I want to be with you and I love you and I want to spend time with you.
Can we just end it right now? Because it's not working right now. Goodbye. The end. This is all bullshit.
It is so heartbreaking for me to see couples go through this. And there was nothing I could do to fix it. This is what needed to happen. Carrots with carrot juice, we did that before, and it was a really big poop fest.
Have some crackers?
Yes, you can have some crackers. Hurry up, I gotta get dressed. Go, go. I have these for boys. My father lives with me. When was the last time I was out clubbing? I'm gonna embrace that. On top of it, I want to fit into my environment. I mean, if you're gonna go out, go out. Many schools of thought teach a very tabula rasa way of being, and that means a blank slate. I don't operate that way. I don't sit there as an inactive participant. I'm very active. I operate from the very salt of the earth. We are going to accomplish this together. Hello, gorgeous.
No, look at you.
Oh, I get hugs. I'm glad you guys came. It's a school night. Let's make this happen.
Exactly.
Ready, let's go. Jacob doesn't empathize with his brother. Not right now, at least. So I propose that we go into Jude's environment. The goal of this is a little bit of immersion therapy, when we sort of immerse someone into a culture or an atmosphere that they're not used to. Sort of a little bit of a shock. We learn through our experiences. Jacob is afraid. I get that. It brings up some scary emotions.
I don't want to be here right now. It's overwhelming.
Let's go this way. Hey, Hey, I know I'm not gay. He walked in wondering that. He walked in with a question, he gave himself the answer.
So, how do you feel, Jacob?
I'm over it.
What do you mean you're over
I don't
it?
know, that was just too much. I was trying to look at the guys like, am I?
I would look at him?
Yeah, as I get an electric shock, like in my head, like,
Okay.
no, no.
The same way I feel about girls. Shocking out.
Okay.
Shocking out. Shocking out.
That's effing weird. Oh my God.
What's effing weird?
I couldn't imagine grinding my penis on another guy. I feel sorry for girls. I know how girls are looked at now. I felt like a piece of me down there.
So you have any respect for women?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
No,
So this is
I don't,
always
but I know how they feel though.
Are you glad that Jacob came tonight?
Yes, I'm happy you came.
He's so glad you came.
It's crazy.
Are you glad that you came for Jude?
Yeah. Yeah, so now I got more information what he should not do now.
Okay.
I feel as though it was a successful outing. Baby steps, that's all I'm looking for.
Gentlemen, I'll see you in my office next week. Let's land the plane and go home. Okay.
Coming up.
You want to take a shower?
I had my appointment at the plastic surgeon, and I've been working on myself and really looking within. I think I've come to the point within myself that if I can't breastfeed, I can forgive myself, that it's okay. I had a surgery where a surgeon messed up, and so for me to just stand in a shower with lopsided breasts, it's not sexy. I don't think you realize how much that experience has affected our sex life.
Oh, I do know.
At the beginning, I was thinking I needed the surgery to help fix myself. That was the solution, but it wasn't. It had to be on an emotional level. When you look at yourself in the mirror, you see something totally different than what other people are seeing. This is all in my own head, and maybe it isn't even real, and how can I find a sense of security within my own self before I even go through that surgery? It doesn't mean that I'm never going to get it fixed. I don't know if I am, but for today, I don't feel like I need to get it fixed anymore. And if I can love myself the way I am, then what more can I ask for? Hi, Chewy. Hi.
Come on, Chewy, go help your mom with her
Hi.
stuff.
Hi.
This is heavy. Let me have your purse.
Okay, thank you.
Come on, Chewy. After you.
I'm so exhausted.
I hear you.
My feet hurt. This experience is now going to allow Clayton and I to connect deeper because now he realizes what really was going on. I love you.
Oh, I love
I'm going
you
to lay
too.
here right now and just put my feet up for a minute. No, you stay for a second.
Oh, just be your pillow?
Just be my pillow. Just for a second.
You sure you want that? Because I'm sure I'm not smelling too good right now. Want to take a shower?
Do I want to take a shower?
Why do you take a shower?
Babe, I love you, but I'm not going to take a shower right now. My feet couldn't even hold me up. I'm so
You can
exhausted.
sit in the shower.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Let's go.
I love you. I think coming to a resolve is one of the best things that's ever happened to me. Sex, yes, definitely. You gotta have it. But emotional connection in a relationship is number one.
Next, on LA Shrinks. How do these look?
Oh, you're getting new ones?
I'm thinking about getting rid of the old ones.
Why?
Why?
I look in the mirror and I don't see myself as fat.
You're still fat.
These men that you attract, what do they see you as?
Playboy model, breasts, ass, hair. I think that about sums it up.
You're gorgeous.
Dude, you're just a
What are you talking about? I'm cool. I was just unfortunate to have experienced what I did. God, always in the last minute, huh?